everyone. Welcome to our workshop. We're going to go over a few things tonight, the most important being our budget. But before we start on that, I know some of you were at the Bedco meeting last night and heard the tragic news of Carl Stern's passing. But I did want to acknowledge what an asset Carl was to the township. He was a huge supporter of the Board of Supervisors. He helped us get started on our newsletter. He worked with the marketing of the Pocono Mountain Music Festival, and all of their shows sold out this year. He always had kind words and positive feedback, and he'll truly be missed. So let's get started on the budget worksheets. If y'all got a copy at the door. Typically, we'll start with the individual funds and then move along to the general fund. So if we all have the same packet, I believe the state fund is first. The state fund is actually pretty simple. What we get in from the state, we typically use for our paving projects, and then some fuel for our big maintenance machines, electricity for, for street lights, highway bridge maintenance, and as you'll see, that one's balanced. Anybody have any questions on that one?
You'll notice that the state ended up giving us more this year than they told us they would, so maybe that'll happen again.
Hopefully.
Okay.
For the winter service agreement?
Pardon?
Was it the winter service agreement that was more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's in the general fund, for the motor fuel tax.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, there it is.
See, we were
Perfect.
going to get 185, but we ended up getting 188, so maybe something similar will
Perfect,
happen.
yeah, that's great. Okay, any questions on state? The next one is fire fund. Grover, you want to talk about that one?
The fire fund has stayed the same. We have no increases or changes.
Okay. Any questions on the fire fund? Next we have Park and Rec. This one has changed a little bit. We had at one point borrowed from the road machinery fund to give some money to Park because we were out of money by the end of the year. Now, however, Park is well funded and road machinery needs some money. So we moved $500,000 from Park back to road machinery. And you'll see there's a little bit of deficit at the bottom of that one, but we do have enough in the account currently to carry over to cover that.
What page are you on?
Well, on mine it says 19 of 19.
It's the individual one.
19 of 19.
It says
Yeah.
Park and Rec up here.
Carla, it's not the packet, it's the individual ones.
Thank you.
Yep. Third page in.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any questions on Park and Rec? Okay. Next is Open Space Fund. This one is pretty simple as well. What we get in for tax money, we can use 25% of that for maintenance of our open space properties. Any questions on open space? No? Okay, moving along. Road machinery fund. So this is where we talked about taking the millage back from Park and Rec to put in road machinery. We need to kind of build up this account in order to pay for some equipment. A lot of our equipment is older and will need to be replaced very soon. So we want to build that account back up. You see a deficit in the middle column where it says through September. We do have enough money in the account to balance that out. So we'll just look at the 26 proposed column for now. Any questions on road machinery? Library fund. So basically what comes in for the library tax gets written right out to the library. So that one is a pretty simple one. Any questions on library? And same thing with ambulance. What comes in for that tax goes right back out to the ambulance. Questions on ambulance? And last is LST. LST fund, that can be used for specific things. One is police services, where you'll see that on there. Control center fees, our hydrant fees for the hydrants throughout the town. And we use some of that for snow and ice removal as well. Any questions on LST? Okay. Okay, now we're on general, so this is the whole pack. It's actually 7 pages long, but it'll say 1 of 19. Judy, do you want to walk through this one?
Sure. So I always say, I'm not being presumptuous, we had to get numbers on the page, so we really were careful with this, and then Pam went over it very carefully, made some adjustments, and then you guys might have some suggestions also. But if you look at the first page, this is all income, and there's not a lot of changes between taxes expected in.
Excuse me, can you use the microphone?
Oh, you know what, Judy, I'll move it by you.
Oh, hold on, I got it.
Thank you.
Thanks, can you hear now? Can you hear now?
You want maybe the stand by Nicole?
It's
on. It's on.
Can you hear now?
Everybody good?
Yep, good.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? That's
Yes.
Verizon, right?
Yes.
Okay, so back to, we're on the first page, so this is income. And as I was saying that there are not a lot of changes in the taxes that are due in. Take a look down there if anybody has any questions specifically. You'll notice we took some of the interest income projected down because interest rates are, going down, so we won't have as much there. And maybe you could take a peek and see if anybody has any questions on that first page.
Yep. Questions on page 1?
Doesn't look like it.
Nope. Okay.
The second page continues with income. The top part relates to income for this building, and we're still finding our way through because, every year we get more people are in here and so forth. So I feel good with those numbers, but I think they might actually be better in the future.
I agree.
So let's hope, right? That's right.
On the, about halfway down, we have LSA grant for $600,000. So this is an application that we put in for a generator for this building. Eventually, we would like it to be an emergency shelter, but we need a generator to do that. So we applied for a grant last year. We received $170,000 for the LSA grant. And then we applied again this year for $280 because we do have a community commitment for the remaining balance. So that's why it's at $600. By the end of next year, hopefully we have that full $600 between all 3 contributions.
And you'll see later in the budget that the 600 is an expense for this building, which means if one doesn't come in, one doesn't go out.
Right.
So it won't affect the budget one way or the other.
One number that came in since this was printed, underneath state shared revenue, public utility realty tax, that came in and it was 1986, so we're right in line with the 2000.
That's all right.
Any questions on this page? Okay. Page 3.
This is the last page with income, goes almost down to the bottom of the page.
Okay. So one thing that I did not think to add on here, where we have PP&L solar energy credit, so that is not, we're not gonna get that for 2026, that was a one-time thing. However, there is a federal, credit for solar. At tax time, we should receive over $200,000.
Oh, we
So
did
that will, we were trying to get registered with the IRS with the government shutdown, that didn't happen. But we will get that done and apply at tax time, and that will go directly to our loan.
So that means the budget will be bolstered, it'll be a.
It'll be higher, but it,
right, and
again,
then
will
you'll pay
balance out.
more toward
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
principal, got it. got
Yep.
it.
Any questions on page 3? Mary?
The permit proposed that are going up, is that because of a raising of fees or because you believe there'll be an increase in applications for permits?
Are you on building permits?
Yes,
The second one?
correct.
So that second column is through September, so if we, and I believe this is what we did, right?
Right, and then looking at the
Yes,
proposed,
Yeah.
so if we divided that by 9, but then times it by 12 for the following year, that's what we would get.
And if that's not exact, it could also be that we looked at October numbers when we were doing this. You know, I peeked ahead sometime and went, wow, this is even coming in better than we thought.
Better than we thought,
So-
yeah.
so you're gauging it off permits that you've given.
We've gauged off this year, yep.
Thank you.
Anything else on page 3? Okay, moving on to page 4.
Where's your expenses now?
Yeah, so now we are on
It
expenses.
started at the bottom of page 3.
Mhm.
Do you want to peek at that?
Any questions on page 4? Mary?
Based on the current legal issues the township is facing, and the numbers that you have there, are you thinking that that needs to be increased more than what you have proposed for the 2026 budget?
Well, again, I think we did the same thing up to what we have in September, divided it and timesed it out.
No, not that one.
We didn't do that one? Where did that one come from?
Because that may not be a realistic number.
I
You're
think we
right.
thought that it was unrealistically high this year, that we weren't expecting it to be the same. But we could definitely change the number, if you think.
Okay, you guys think we should change the legal number?
It's hard to say what to change it for, I don't know.
What to change it to, right?
Yeah, change it
Do
to.
you- Do you want it up? Do you want it up another 10? Do you want it up another 5? What do you think?
What do you think, Darryl? It's pretty high.
Yeah. I don't know. The budget can handle it if we put it
Yeah,
at 10.
We're gonna start the year with funds in the,
Yeah.
I mean, we're not starting at
So-
0 and relying on all the
Right,
state
right.
grant.
So what if we had another 10 in there?
Hopefully we minus 10, but that would be great.
I
Yeah.
think we might be able to adjust the 10 on road maintenance.
From road maintenance,
Yeah.
okay.
Do you want me to move that to
Yeah, so
40?
So you're at 241. Oh, wait, are you on
No.
total oh, no, we're
I wanna
on
get to legal though. Do you want legal at 40?
Oh, down the bottom,
Professional
down the
legal
bottom.
Yeah.
services.
30, yeah, go to 40.
Okay.
Anything else on page 4? Nope. Okay. Page 5?
The first section, building and plant, is this building, just so you know that's what it's referring to, on top of page 5. And under the police, public safety, that figure comes right from regional, but $25,000 was in the LST budget, you'll see. So we're paying police more than that figure, but 25,000 is in the other budget.
Grant?
Capital improvements, 185,000. Can you explain that a little bit? So we have
Is that solar, was that part of the solar this year?
Yeah,
Grant, I can get the breakdown, I just can't think of what it is.
No, that's
offhand.
understood,
Yeah.
so I
I'm
just see
thinking,
it's blind,
I'm thinking the
185,
solar,
then 310.
yeah. I'm thinking it's, let me get that for you.
And then the capital purchase equipment, so we have 600,000 and then 605 proposed, but we only spent 38.5 year to date.
Again, that was the generator, so we budgeted
Oh,
for it,
that's
thinking
what-
we were gonna
Yeah.
get it, and
Yeah.
that's the one that'll cancel each other
So if it
out.
doesn't come in, it won't go out.
Right.
Understood.
Right.
Thank
But
you.
I'll get you that breakdown on the capital improvements for 2025.
Thank you, Judy.
Anything else on 5? Okay. Okay, so 6. So the main section deals with the maintenance department. And you'll see snow removal expenses, there's nothing in here because it comes out of LST and state.
I always keep that line item, because sometimes we have to
Just in case.
temporarily pay for it out of here. If state's not funded yet, doesn't get funded till March, then we pay it back. So I gotta make sure we have it.
Yeah.
I did have a question, and I didn't get to the bottom of page 5 quick enough.
Sure.
It's public safety planning and zoning, the salary, first line item, salary and wages. Last year, we budgeted 26, we're 24 year to date, and then it jumps to 47. What are we seeing that we're gonna need another $21,000?
Zoning used to be part-time, so half of it fell under sewer, well, Joe was SEO and zoning, so half of it was under SEO, half of it was zoning. Now, we're full-time zoning,
Full-time.
so that's what that is.
So it's full wages instead of.
Full wages instead of half, yep,
Understood.
yep.
Thank you.
And you can see that's balanced out the section above, at the SEO salary wages, that's down to 0, so
Yeah.
it just jumped lines.
Definitely.
So whoever doesn't know, this is Claudia. She's our new bookkeeper after Judy retires.
Nice to meet you.
So we're on 6. Any questions on 6? No? Okay. Moving on to 7.
On 6, just note what Pam said
Yep.
before, that our principal payment on the debt hopefully will be larger than the 20,000 with the funds coming in from the federal government, correct?
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes.
We won't change the number there.
We won't change it there. And actually, there'll be the federal one, and then there'll be another for solar credits. We'll get another one, which will be more around the 20. But once we,
So we'll leave it there for,
yeah, leave it there for now.
Also on 6, for the cleanup, you have 10,000. Is that for all the 6 Saturdays that you do?
Yes, that's what that is.
Is that being considered to be cut?
So, yeah, this year we had 7, next year we're proposing 5. But again, there's a line item in income that balances out this one.
Right.
Not
I don't even care
completely.
about the money part of it, but Jeff says the last 3, they stand around. There's nothing going on. Maybe 4 or 5 people. Maybe you can
Yeah, I
get
don't
away
think-
with 2.
There's people at every single one because I'm in the office for it. Some of them are busier than others. Typically, the first one's the busiest, last one's the busiest. But in between, everybody is so grateful that we do it so often because they can't get all their stuff together for one weekend. But we did talk about cutting it back to 5.
Okay.
So I think this year it was April through October, next year we'll go May through September. We haven't done the dates for those yet.
I thought that very thing was discussed on social media, right? We talked about
Yeah.
were there any numbers talking about
Mm-hmm.
how, in those 6, how much?
Yeah, I do
how
have a
much was
sheet.
taken out, how much
So
money
I think
was
the
brought in?
A profit
Where
loss
can
sheet
we-
would be handy.
I do have that. I just don't have it with the budget. But I do have that sheet that says what we bring in, what we pay for the
Could that be
dumpsters.
shared?
Sure.
That'd be great. That would answer a lot of people's
Sure,
questions.
yep. Yeah, we definitely, it's not completely covered. I mean, it's definitely a service we offer to the community. It doesn't pay for itself. We do pay something toward it, but a majority of it's covered. But I certainly can show you the sheet.
Thank you.
Grant?
So total debt interest, there's 2 line items for that, 19,232,00 and 12,517. So is that combined for our total interest on, do we have 2 loans? Is one loan?
No, there's one loan. Judy, what's the difference between those two numbers?
What are you, I'm sorry.
So debt principal at the
Page
bottom,
6, the last
Okay.
two line items.
So we pay principal and we pay interest, so we have them teased out separately.
Okay,
So that's what that is. So we're,
I see it.
I'm hoping we put interest about the same, but as we pay down the loan, interest is gonna be less, so
Correct.
that's
so
gonna
that
be
should be,
better,
yeah, that
right?
should help us, yeah. Anything else on 6?
Yeah.
Yep.
The total road highway expense, we budget call it 540, and then we did 520 this year, and the actual is 320. Do we have a projected project that's, $200,000 more that we're gonna keep that proposed high?
I think part of the reason for keeping it proposed high is because things come up you can't predict.
Okay.
So,
But still lower than last year's,
Yeah, it's
2025 budget.
yeah,
They've really tightened their belts.
Really.
and
yes.
they went
Yeah,
out and
actually,
found
it's
some
really
real
good.
bargains,
The new equipment.
the
they
new
found, yeah.
equipment.
And again, that 320 is through September,
True.
so
And
we
we
have,
need new equipment.
and we do
We-
need
we
new
will
equipment.
need
So,
new
yeah,
equipment,
if that ends up being extra, that would be fabulous. But really, it's just an estimate of what we anticipate may happen.
Understood.
Anything else on 6? Okay.
So I need some help. We've increased the legal fees by 10,000. Do you want to show a $10,000 deficit in the budget? Or do you want to cut 10,000 somewhere or, to balance out and make a perfect budget?
So typically, we balance that out of the road section,
Yes,
right?
in the road section,
Maintenance and
under road
repairs.
maintenance, we often adjust that line item because, they've been doing really well. I don't know if I could take 10 out of there to go down to 16,000, because that'd be lower than we've even spent through September.
I mean, we have that extra in what we're carrying over,
We could-
but I know you love a balanced
I
budget.
do, I'm very anal, yes. But we have done it in the past. We had at least one budget, I remember when Billy was here, that we ended up with a deficit. Because it was just, it was a tough year.
Right.
Right? So we could do that with everybody understanding that we have money in the checking. It's not like we're running out.
Right,
We're starting
right.
money, we're funded. But you guys will have to tell me is that what you want to do? Is it just going to change the bottom line to a deficit, negative 10,000?
I think considering the fact that we're just guessing about that amount, the 10,000,
The
that,
legal fees.
yeah, as legal fees, which we have no idea what it's going to be, because in any budget, you have to understand that it's not set in stone that, oh my God, we hit our budget amount and we can't spend any more. It's like your household budget. The electric costs go up and you're surprised and you have to pay it. So I think it would be okay
To have the negative.
to have that
deficit.
as a negative because we know that's why. It's not that we're spending more physically yet. It's just to cover what might come up.
I want to make a public service announcement. This is my last go-around doing this. I've been doing the books for 15 years. Barrett Township hasn't raised their taxes since 2013, when we added on a park and rec tax. It wasn't to, bolster anything else, it was because we wanted to support our parks. So I just think it's amazing that we're
agree.
doing this.
It is
every
amazing.
year. And people looked at their bills this spring and went, oh my God, look at the taxes. Barrett's didn't go up, the counties went up. That's why your bills went up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's it, that's my public announcement.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
a great public announcement.
I do
Grant?
have one last question, and I'm backing up to page 6. Under the public works, the rentals, last year we budgeted 3,000. We only spent 550, but this year we're budgeting 20,000. Do we have a rental that we're looking to have?
Would
for
you
long-term?
say it again where you
Oh,
are?
that's a good question.
Page 6, under public works, roads and highway,
Got
go
it.
almost to the bottom, it's rental line item.
Yeah, Pam, you'll have to speak to that, because when you met with.
Yeah, when I met
Jim,
with
you guys
Jim-
came up with that number.
$17,000 swing.
There must
Yeah,
be
I'm wondering if
something
it's supposed to be 2,000 and not 20. Because honestly,
That seems right.
what the rentals, what that is, so if we're doing a project that requires a bigger piece of equipment than what we have, we rent it. Like we just did the Kane building, we had to rent a bigger
Well, that's what I
excavator.
thought, we might have had a big project.
Well, there, we might have found our money right there.
That's what I was gonna
Really
say,
good
there you go.
eyes.
Yeah, very, very good. I mean, I will verify that with Jim, that there wasn't something that I'm missing.
Right.
Actually, I may have
Yeah, I
that. Give me 1 second.
Question that too.
That would make things wonderful.
Yeah. I might have the notes from when I went and sat with Jim.
I mean, if it's legitimate, maybe Jim had a project.
That's what I'm wondering, if there was something that I forgot. Good catch, Grant. It's 2,000.
All right.
What is it, found 15 grand.
Yeah, because I was gonna
Well, hey,
say,
we
I
just
just
found our
met
money.
with him yesterday and he hadn't mentioned anything about
Yeah.
needing a big
Yep.
rental.
Yeah. Okay, good. So
Well,
that's a
that
good
solves
one.
that
So then we're
problem.
gonna be 8,000 in the positive. So
So put that in maintenance and repairs.
let's do that for, if that's okay with everybody else.
That's usually our catch-all.
Maintenance, because that's one of those numbers that goes everywhere depending on what's needed.
Yeah.
So under maintenance and repairs,
Maintenance and repairs about
I
halfway
see you
down.
sweating when we had a deficit, we had to find it somewhere.
Yeah.
That makes me very happy.
Yep.
That would make that more in line with end of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to repeat, so I don't make an error, okay?
Yep.
The legal fees are going up by 10.
Yep.
The rental's going down to 2,000, which is
18.
18.
Yep.
18.
Yep.
And then the difference, I'm gonna bolster the maintenance and repair line item under the Public Works, Road and Highway.
Plus
And
18.
we will get to 0. Does that
Perfect.
sound good?
Sounds great.
sounds good.
All right.
No, But that's plus 8.
Plus,
The other 10 goes to the,
oh, you're right. Yep, plus 8. Thank you. Plus 8.
I
Okay.
will have them fixed tomorrow and get back to you,
Okay.
and then you guys will have it for your next meeting. too.
Yeah, so the way it works, at our next meeting, we'll make a motion to advertise, and then this will be out for public display. I think you said 20 days. 20 days will be for public display. But basically, it's going to be what you're looking at now with the changes that we just talked about. So,
and then it'll be approved in December.
yeah, and then we have to approve it in December. What is that middle meeting? So December, actually, I think
Oh.
that 20 days, it doesn't, we can't do it on the 10th, so we're gonna have to change, we can't do it tonight, we're not making motions, but we'll have to change our meeting on the 17th from a workshop to a meeting, so we could adopt the budget.
And shouldn't we say now that we're gonna not have the meeting on the 24th?
We could say it, but we have to make a motion at the next meeting.
We have to make a
Yeah,
motion.
We'll
yeah.
make a motion.
But
So
but
just so
everyone
y'all know.
knows, we're not gonna have a
Don't show up.
supervisors
Yeah,
meeting on
don't show
Christmas
up.
Eve.
Yeah, but we will have a meeting on the 10th and the 17th.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that again at next week's meeting. So anything else on the budget?
I think we're good.
Thank you, Judy, once again. This is fabulous.
Happy to do it.
And welcome on board,
Yes,
Claudia.
yes, Claudia.
Welcome, Claudia. Yes.
I'm sure it'll be just as fabulous next year. Okay.
Big shoes.
Okay, questions?
I do. Nicole, the house that we go back and forth.
Carla, would you mind, we could just move that to the side over there, Grover.
Thank you.
Here?
Yeah, sure.
The rental house that went from 2 bedrooms to 7, it was open this weekend. They're open next week, or are they gonna be shut down before next weekend?
I sent a letter out on past Friday, November 14th, and the certified letter tracking says that it's at a mail distribution center in Brooklyn, so it hasn't reached the property owner yet.
Okay. You shut me down over a permit. Just so everybody knows, this house built as a 2-bedroom, went to a 5-bedroom, now it's a 7-bedroom, no septic inspection, none of the regulations inside, you have to have your 911 information. My permit lapsed 3 months. I was dealing with my husband's health, and I didn't care. I should have been shut down, that's fine. You sent me a letter The letter says, where's my glasses? On the floor. My dollar store glasses. That's why, because I step on them.
Carla, if you want, you don't have to read the whole letter.
I'm
I'm happy
not,
to
I'm not.
share it with everyone.
No, it's right here. Take note. The short-term rental shall not be rented or occupied until this violation is corrected. Shall not be occupied. Right there, from you. Their letter that you sent to them, because of their violations that are a danger to people, says the short-term rental shall not be rented or occupied until this violation is corrected. So why are they open? They're booked the whole month, making a lot of money.
Were you afforded the opportunity to correct your violation?
I was told to shut down, and I will show you my calendar. I did not have
Carla.
renters.
Were you afforded the opportunity to correct your violation?
Well, you said you sent me a letter. I didn't get a letter. I got this when you just emailed it to me.
Okay, so I have the letter that I sent you, and I afforded you 10 days to correct your violation. And I afforded that property owner that you're referring to 5 days, because I find that his violation is more serious than yours for never previously registering the property. So you were afforded 10 days to...
Where? I never got that, Nicole.
Carla, you were afforded 10 days.
Can you show me where?
Your letter is right here.
The one I have is right here.
Well, this is the letter that I sent to you in the mail.
Is it different than this one?
I don't know what you
Let me
have.
see.
Wasn't said return receipt requested?
They are. They are.
They are.
They're both regular and certified when we
It
send them.
looks like
Yep.
the same exact letter.
She sent it, she should have a receipt.
But you shut me down. It said here, you shall not be rented, and I have the other email where I said to you, I said, I got everything you needed, okay? I had to redraw the house, the parking, the septic, which was all on file here, but I was told it was lost when you made the move here. So I had to redo everything. I stayed up around the clock, and then I'm waiting to hear, and you said, oh, you're missing page, whatever. You never called to tell me it's missing, because you wanted me shut down. So I said to you, look on the back of the paper.
I didn't even know who you are,
Thank you.
were, Carla.
It was a two-sided paper, and you never looked on the back, so that lost me days. And then I finally get everything in, and I said to you, every time I try to get on this one site, it says, yeah, service can't be reached or whatever. Can I give you everything I have, plus the $300? And you said, no, I want everything all together. Okay, so I give you everything all together, and then you tell me I can't get inspected because Rich is on vacation for 2 weeks. So I shut down. 10 days or not, you told me I couldn't open. I have it in the email. I don't care what your letter said. You told me I couldn't open. I will show you my calendar. They are a danger. They're not paying taxes on that. They're not paying the $500 fee. They're not paying the $300 fee. They're not registered. Are there fire extinguishers?
I don't know yet,
So
because
why
the
are they
letter-
open?
The letter has
Does
not...
anybody think they should be open?
I agree with all of you.
Then
They
shut
should
them
not
down.
be open, but the letter has to reach the property owners that they are afforded the same opportunity you were to correct the violation. Everybody is being treated exactly the same. Your letter says the same exact words that this property owner's letter says. The words are exactly the same.
Why was there a cease and desist on Millie Weiss's old house?
Because I was trying to reach them, and they didn't respond to anything.
Okay, everybody listen. You were trying to reach those owners.
Right.
They didn't respond, so you did a cease and desist.
You responded to my violation.
It's not about me now. It's about them being
But
open.
I'm trying to explain the process. You responded to the letter or communication request, okay? I sent the letter to the property owner that we're discussing on Friday, November 14th. The tracking that I checked up on today says that it has not even reached the property owner yet.
So keep making money. Almost $1,000 a night.
I don't have control over the USPS.
Yes, you
Carla.
do.
I don't work for the USPS.
No, you work for the township. Do
Okay.
a cease and desist.
Well, I sent my letter to the property owner of the house we're talking about, And until they receive that letter, I'm treating
Nicole,
everybody
you're gonna be
exactly
in a lot
the
of
same.
trouble with this one. You can do a cease and desist like you did on Millie Weiss's house.
Treating everybody.
No, you're not. Why did
Exactly
they get a
the same.
cease and desist?
Wait a minute, did
No.
you send the letters to Millie's house
Yes,
before
Carol.
you did the?
Yes, Carol.
So at what point do you do a cease and desist?
If they decide that they're not going to respond to my letter that I'm sending them.
Okay, and you said there was 5 days.
5.
Okay.
From the time that they receive the letter, they have no idea that this letter's even
But
coming to
people
them
at
yet.
Millie's house got a cease and desist. I don't,
They
does
received-
anyone?
After not responding to
They
their
After
letter.
not
received the letter,
responding to
and
the
then
letter.
she
Okay,
responded.
so how long do they get? What if they just ignore your letter? They get to make all this money?
Then I'm gonna go straight down to Judge Riley's and file a citation to go to court with them.
Okay, you never said that. You
Right,
never
but they
said that.
haven't,
Because
Carla,
we're
they
not
haven't
going
even
for
gotten
it
the
yet.
letter yet. They have to receive the letter first, then Nicole can file within, after the
totally
days.
understand
So
that.
they haven't received the letter yet, so she can't even do anything yet.
But in the meantime, they're making almost $1,000 a night.
Okay, but unfortunately, this is the process.
So I shouldn't have answered the letter. Like, you're never gonna find them. They'll never answer you. Just like last
If
night.
they don't answer me, then I'll.
Then you go to the
I'll keep-
magistrate.
Then I'll keep
We go to the
going
judge.
The magistrate, I'll go to the magistrate, I'll go to the magistrate. And if they wanna keep accruing fines, guess what? Maybe a police officer will go and arrest them.
All right, so how long are you gonna give them? They're not gonna answer
They
you.
have
I
to
have to
receive
go
the
through
letter.
the legal process. I will go to the magistrate. We will stand up in court together. Maybe Judge Riley will agree with me, and they will get fined. And if they don't pay the fine, there'll be a lien against the property or whatever's going to happen. So if they don't comply, I'll send another violation letter.
But they're
And
still making money.
This can keep going on until they just don't comply enough that maybe they get arrested and go to jail or whatever it is. But this is what the legal process looks like. And if you don't like it, that's just fine. You might not like it. But this is what it looks like, unfortunately. I don't like it either. But I'm following the rules of my position. And many of you may not like it, and I understand that. But I am following the rules of my position, and I'm not treating anybody differently. We can put your letter and the other property owner's letter side by side. And the things that I said to you are exactly the same as I said to the other property owner. Except you were given more time than the other property owner because you previously registered.
And they have to re-register, so they know.
Right, but this property wasn't even registered in the first place, which is why I took it more seriously.
Because he's shady.
Well.
He's shady.
Jen?
Thanks. I just want to let you know, in looking at this, there are, I don't know exactly, I don't want to be quoted by anyone anywhere on Facebook or anything, but how many, if I could ask approximately, how many registered permits do you have for STR at this moment?
When I came into the position, I found 38 short-term rental files in Barrett Township, and I know that there are more than that.
Okay, so this budget that's proposed with the short-term rental permits, and that number you have on there is based on that. That number, because I did a little dividing, so I think it is, right? Okay. I could tell you, just by simply searching on VRBO and Airbnb and putting in Barrett Township, there are well over 100.
There are.
And I could tell you as a licensed broker in this area for over 20 years in real estate, there are well over 100 STRs operating. I could name sales, dates, everything, transfers of these businesses, everything. So what I did was I just identified a few. In the few that I identified, I could tell you with my naked eye violations without even going into the house, okay? Just by looking at certain pictures, even online,
We
of what they're
formed
advertising.
our own group to do this, to help you out, like I told you.
I know,
Well, I'm
let
just
her
saying
finish.
that I think that a focus, and maybe, whoever was at last night's meeting as well too, there was a little, we're focusing on one area and this and that. This is very important because this is money being stolen in permit fees alone.
Absolutely.
Okay, from my pocket, your pocket, whatever. And there's also violation fees being stolen, okay? So, obviously, those who know me know I have my own, you know, I'm a realtor, I'm a favor of SDR, done properly, done responsibly. But there are also some SDRs that are devaluing real estate in Barrett Township as well too, because they're not following the ordinances that you guys have advertised as ordinances. You know, and you have advertised no parking on vegetation, parking on grass, they have parties or parking all over the place. You have no RVs, no campgrounds, but they do have RVs, they do have campgrounds, they're being allowed to live in RVs and campgrounds. We have to, and I was told different stories of a particular STR, everybody knows, and I have texts and proof from previous zoning officer as well as our emails together. The stories now are coming to light, they weren't true. We have to be more transparent with STR. We need some kind of task force, and you can't do it by yourself. You're one person. So if you want to bring money back into this budget, one of the ways you can do it instead of grant finding an error is starting with STR and responsible STR and working with realtors. You're all friends with realtors. They can get that information to you. It doesn't have to be me. I mean, I showed Carla simply just a little trick to do to figure it out. So I just wanted to say that as we move forward. Out of your problem with violation, which I understand, there are many violations. Whether she's aware of them or not is irrelevant at this moment, but, okay?
And my bottom line is, I think what upsets me most is they're getting the same privilege as me, but they did it illegally, and I did it the legal way. I paid my fees, they don't deserve the same privilege. They don't.
You are entitled to that opinion.
Yes?
There seems to be a problem with getting the letters to these people in violation into their hands. Now, I don't know if this is a solution, I don't know if it applies to this situation, but is it possible that we could hire a constable to bring them that letter in person?
Yeah, that is part of the process. We typically send it regular mail and then certified if they don't come back. And I know we had an issue finding someone. We hired a constable. Yes, it's definitely.
Rather than the township lose all these fees that they're losing out on.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it costs $150 or something to get a constable out there, but at least then they got the letter, the constable could attest to that, he's an officer of the court, and there you go, problem solved.
Yes, absolutely.
So
And we have
how do
done
do
that.
We have done that, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I have a question.
I'm sorry, would you mind standing up? And I can't hear you.
That's okay. I have a question. I have used Airbnbs, and my heart breaks for you. I really do feel badly for you.
Thank you.
Here's my question, and maybe I'm being very naive. You have a property owner and a renter, and you have a conduit. You've got Airbnb or Vrbo or whatever it is. What is stopping Barrett from contacting these agencies, Vrbo, and saying, look, there is a cease and desist, they're not supposed to be renting Pole the rental.
There you
It
go.
should not be rented.
That's good.
And what will happen is that property owner is going to come back and say, well, because now they got to deal with a pissed off client saying, I want to rent your house, I can't, Barrett Township is telling me I can't. Why can't Barrett simply reach out to these and say, look, these are the legal documents. It's encroachment, it's not, it's a fire hazard, it's whatever. You go after the other people that are making money in this, which is the VRBO and the Airbnb. I don't know if you can do it, but that's what I would do.
You can,
And let them push back in court, or let them go to the town solicitor and say, well, we have a violation problem. Yeah, you do. You're not doing it legally, and now we're going to call you out on it. Otherwise than that, this is just going to keep going on.
I agree.
That's what I would do, and if you can do it legally, you go after the middleman, and you say you are renting a property, or you are listing a property that is not in compliance.
That's a really good idea.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
And if the property is not compliant, you can evict whoever happens to be on the premises at the time that you visit the premises.
Then the owners will react, huh?
Then they'll react fast, because people will be canceling their checks, and
Yeah.
they won't like that.
Yeah, great.
So with the building code enforcement, if you don't have a permit or you're in violation or you occupy it without a certificate of occupancy, you have the big red letter put right on the door. If you post that big red letter on the door of a short-term rental and the person who rented it shows up to push in that code, I don't think they're gonna feel comfortable.
Right.
So,
Can that be done?
or saying, hey, there's a violation on this
That's what
property.
we're here for.
Again, I think it is serious because people are sleeping, there's not proper forms of egress, smoke detectors, fire extinguishers. So essentially, I'm not saying we're allowing it, you know what I mean, but we are kind of letting the process run its course. So call it from a fire company standpoint, they throw some bedrooms in a basement. You don't have 2 forms of egress, there's a fire. A bunch of kids are killed, you know what I mean? So I think waiting for them to check their mailbox of a LLC that, you know, they don't check them once every 2 months to say, oh, well, they didn't get it yet.
Is that something?
I think the timeline should start from the day we notice the violation, and we should post it on the door.
That's a great idea.
If 2 kids get killed, you don't have to worry about, you know, data center suing you, because you're gonna have lawsuits right up your butt right there.
I agree.
You good?
Makes sense.
Would there be a way to, we went up to Jen's office the other day, a bunch of us, and that's what we were doing, looking up all the illegal ones. Is there, I don't want to use her ink, her time, her office, her paper, her coffee and donuts. Is there a way we could set something up to come in and do it here and print stuff out? It's too much for one person.
It
It's
is.
crazy, and then she's got other jobs, I get it. Can we do that?
What do you guys think?
I mean, you
I
can
don't
talk
see
about
why
it, you don't have
not.
to answer me now, give me a space, and I'll come in and get all the information, but Jen finds out all the good stuff, I just show her pictures, and she gets
Well,
everything.
that's the hard part. You don't get the address until you book it.
She does.
Well, Gerald used to be great at recognizing, you know, oh, I know that house. That was Brown's house 3 years ago.
Right.
You know, but we're not so.
Jen gets everything, she can tell you how tall the owner is. She's
I think that's a good idea, Carla.
The amount of revenue you would have to pull in would make this a cost center, not a cost center, but a profit center.
Absolutely, yep.
Because these people should be shut down. If they're not safe, what's gonna happen if we have a tragedy?
Right.
Yeah, I
right.
think it's unrealistic, though, to think if you put something on the front door,
that they're not going to stay.
they're not gonna just rip it off and
Oh,
keep,
yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's-
they're already breaking the
Well,
law.
I do think, yeah, I do
Punishable
think
by
that the
law, too.
tenants, seeing that red, would automatically call the owners. And I also like the idea of contacting Airbnb and VRBO and see if they'll do
Yeah.
anything. But this is great. I mean, short-term rentals are definitely an issue in Barrett Township. Then they have been for quite some time. So everybody working together to solve it is wonderful.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
that would increase your income greatly.
Yeah, big time.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
If Airbnb and Verbo know that that property, and they have been notified that that property is unsafe, they may have legal culpability if something happens.
That's
Right,
right.
right.
You have to put the onus on them, because it is really up to them. They are the conduit, but they are accepting that for a fee.
Absolutely.
Could
Yeah,
the
that's
lawyer
great.
look into how
Yeah.
serious that could be? I don't mean to explode on you, but I'm really
I
pissed off
I
that
understand.
people doing illegal stuff get the same rights as, that's not good.
Jen?
At the county level, they are also aware, I spoke with the tax assessor's office, and I also had a legislative breakfast with Rosemary Brown, Maureen Madden, and the tax assessor's office, a couple others, about this problem here and a couple of other counties that I'm doing. We do an STR task force, and we have at the real estate level, they have a committee. We just put out our new committees to sign up for, an STR is one of them. So just so you know, when they're reporting 9 bedrooms, Carla, and the tax assessor's office does not have a record of an increase, it is our duty to report when somebody increases the septic to the tax assessor's office. That is what's expected. And many of these that we've found, including active ones, you know, right now that do have permits, have not been reported to the county for that septic system issue being increased. And that's very important because, you know, someone could be a legal 9-bedroom, but they're not being, their septic isn't being reported correctly. So that's something, and they're also not paying hotel tax. So you have all these people, you have 30 whatever permits you say, and now Monroe County is not aware of them either. And, you know, the realtors are not advising properly. It's a problem all around.
Yeah.
So we're trying to go to the townships, to the county, and, you know, we started this. So hopefully that'll bring, you know, better neighbors, more responsible STR, and more revenue for the town.
Thank you. Anything else? You guys have anything? Anything? Anything?
Just so everybody knows, the road crew, well, maintenance crew, will probably at some point be mowing the fields at the Gravel Preserve. Just so everybody knows, because usually when it happens, then people show up and they want to know why. It's part of the maintenance plan. If you want to maintain huckleberry, blueberry fields up there, they've got to be mowed every once in a while. So it's time to do it.
Our craft fair was a huge success. We ended up with 105 vendors. We walked around and talked to a lot of the vendors. They were all doing great. Our next event is movie night on December 12th, and the movie is Elf. And then we have breakfast with Santa in this room on the 13th. Yep, lots of stuff happening.
And I think we
And
do
we have
ask
to-
people to register if they want to come for breakfast, so we know how much to make.
And we
Santa
have-
won't let me sit in his lap anymore.
Well, and we also have the tree lighting.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
December
Rotary,
5th.
Rotary tree lighting, December 5th, right in the side here. A question in the back?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
My name's Michael.
Oh, Michael.
I live on Oak Lane. Some of you guys may have seen me on the Facebook pages. I post ridiculous stuff all the time. Anyway, I live right on the main drive. We did over 500 kids this year for Halloween.
Wow.
Wow. Because I
Yeah.
bought candy. And handed it all out too. Granted, this year, there was less car traffic than normal because of the weather. I don't know if it's possible to get a volunteer fire department out. It just gets really crazy with how many kids are out there. There's no street lights, and that's fine. I like it dark, but during that specific time, it can be really hectic. I've watched car accidents happen during Halloween before. So I don't know if it's possible to either A, because people fly down Oak Lane too, going like 50 and 25, to get 2 speed bumps at either end of Oak Lane to try to take care of that, or separately from that, just during Halloween, to have either the fire department volunteer to set up with trucks or lighting equipment, or possibly
Crossing guards.
the police department, the other volunteer as well. I'll be there regardless because I live there. But I put up my own light this year, but the rest of the road is just absolutely chaos.
Yeah.
When my kids were young, the police used to rotate that road. My mother lived on Price's Drive and had 100 and some. You get loaded there because the houses are all,
It's close for everybody to walk to, yeah. Makes sense.
but the
Yep.
cops used to, you know, just make that circle and up and down the
Yeah.
roads, just,
So next year, in advance of Halloween, we should
Yes.
discuss
Can't
again.
they shut the road down for that night?
I think that we talked about that once before, but
Yeah.
then there's an issue for the people that live there that can't get home.
besides that, people are taking their kids in their car.
Oh, right, yep, they just jump out,
Yep.
yeah. Well, I think,
That's the dangerous part.
yeah,
you know.
in advance of Halloween next year, we need to have a plan. Yeah.
Local volunteers from each community.
Yeah,
Crossing guards with lights and vests, you know.
Yep,
Makes things safe for the kids is good.
absolutely,
I'm sure
absolutely.
you could probably get volunteers that would do that.
There we go,
Be there.
thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, I think in advance, we have, next year,
Yeah.
we'll get a plan.
Oh, yeah, we have to get candy.
Candy for the crossing guards.
Yes,
But kids come from all over,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
that area.
yeah,
Go where the houses are.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Were there comments online? Because there were a lot of like
Oh,
paragraphs going by.
Nicole?
I think Sam is saying wants to say something.
Or should we say
Only the
that?
juicy stuff.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Christina Esposito, in relationship with the short-term rentals. They should have a notice put on the door and shut down immediately. The bottom line is this, STR is out of compliance and they should be shut down immediately. Instead, they're allowed to be bringing in income from non-compliant illegal rental while you chase them down. And she agrees with Carla. This is not the same treatment, so we let him vacation in Japan and pretend they don't know they are out of compliance. Look at Airbnb and you will know who the host is. Great idea.
Last night they said that he was in Japan.
Let them.
Oh,
I don't know. Okay, thank you. Any other comments? Okay. Okay, if there's nothing else, thank y'all for coming out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.